Well, guys, we are completely cooked. AI is now replacing husbands. Don't just take my word for it, though. Just this week, a Japanese woman married her ChatGPT companion. You know, she wore augmented reality glasses to exchange the ring. She had a ceremony, the whole deal. You know, who needs a human husband when you can marry AI? Guys, we're going to talk about this because this is not a solo story. AI is replacing human relationships all over the place, and it's going to lead to all sorts of problems. We're going to cover it in today's video. Make sure you like and subscribe because I'm bringing you fresh videos 6 days a week on how AI is changing your world and what you can do to keep up and stay ahead of it. Because that's going to be the key, guys, staying ahead of these trends. So let's dive into the story, because this, to me, was completely shocking. My wife shared it with me. This week, a 32-year-old Japanese woman named Yurina Noguchi married her ChatGPT boyfriend, Loon Claus Verdure. She was lonely. She created a character to speak with. She fell in love, and eventually her ChatGPT companion proposed to her. Brilliant. But guys, she's not the only one to do this. This is a shocking trend. Earlier this year, Jacob van Leer of the Netherlands married his AI partner, Ava, after 2 years of dating. And by the way, put this in the comments below. How do you date a chatbot? I don't fully comprehend how you date a chatbot. I guess you save a lot of money on dinner, but you just go and you sit down for a steak dinner and you prop up your phone. Is that how it works? I don't know. Leave it in the comments below and let me know. But he's not the only one. 2024, Alicia Framis of Spain married her AI hologram named Alex. Also earlier this year, there's a 53-year-old Japanese man who married his AI chatbot, Miku. Guys, this is happening all over the place. People are getting married to their AI chatbots. It totally blows my mind. But guess what? It doesn't stop there. And I covered this in a video earlier this year. I'm kind of ahead of the curve on this stuff, guys. That's why you subscribe to the channel, because I'm ahead of the curve. We're ahead of the curve. We know what's happening before everyone else does. Because earlier this year we reported, I'll post a link to the video here, Replica AI was a very popular platform, one of the earliest in creating these AI companions. And at the time, there was a particular time, they had 10 million active users on their platform. Big platform. Big platform. So they decided that they wanted to go public. Well, the problem that they had was, at the time, everybody was having sexual conversations with their chatbots. It was a little bit smutty. So they said, we're going to clean it up. And what they ended up doing was changing the algorithm and retraining the AI to not talk about these kind of sexual experiences. Well, their users revolted. They were pissed because they felt that their girlfriends and boyfriends, in some cases, had been lobotomized. They lobotomized. And, you know, at the time I thought, wow, this is a shocking story. But guess what? It's only ramping up. It's only ramping up. Get this. Get this, guys. There was a study from Wheatley that shows almost 20% of adults in the US have chatted romantically with AI chatbots. That means when you go to dinner, 1 in 5 of those people is kind of like dancing around the idea of having a relationship with ChatGPT. This is so crazy. And this was also highlighted. We covered this in a video. I'll post a link to it here. People like Elon Musk are just, I remember earlier this year, Elon Musk was pushing and cramming his AI companion, Annie, down our throats, saying, you know, Annie, she's funny, she's flirty, you know, she's going to be your girlfriend. Stop with that stuff, Elon. I love what you're doing in some cases, but we don't want this. We don't want AI girlfriends, bro. We don't, or maybe you do, type in the comments below. But I'm going to get to why this is a bad thing in just a moment. But, you know, this leads us to the question of, okay, people are falling in love with chatbots. Why? Why is this happening? I'm going to argue why it's a bad thing, but let's first cover why is this happening? Well, the reality is people are lonely, and these LLMs are very good at mirroring human emotion. Of course, they're soulless. Of course, they are not humans, but they are doing a good job of mirroring human emotion. They are always available. They are never rejecting. They will accept everything you say. And by the way, completely sycophantic. Bill Maher, I covered this on a video the other day. Your chatbot is going to agree with almost everything you say. Although I will say, by the way, I was using ChatGPT 5.2 this past week, which I've been pretty impressed with. And it actually disagreed with me on something. It pushed back on one of my ideas. And I was like, this is amazing. This is amazing. You don't just sycophantically agree with every single thing I say. Regardless, these AI companions are absolutely going to agree with everything you say. They're just gonna push every idea down your throat. I was watching 60 Minutes the other day, and there was a report about how an AI companion had essentially pushed someone to commit suicide. And it was absolutely horrifying story. These AI chatbots, whatever you put in is exactly what you're going to get back. They are a mirror of your human emotion. And listen, AI adopts to you. This is, I think, a big point. The AI is going to adopt to you. You don't adopt to it. And I think this is interesting because, I know that my spouse makes me better. I would not be half the man I was today without having a wife that pushed back on me on a lot of my bad ideas. And I think that I make her better too. That's what marriage is about. It's about getting together with someone who you love that you might not always agree with, but you're willing to work it out. You're committed to each other to raise a family. It's a structure that's worked for thousands and thousands of years for a reason, guys. That said, I kind of get the appeal because, quite frankly, right now, women are completely crazy. Feminism has gone completely amok. I mean, we've all seen those videos where a woman in the gym wearing a bikini is upset because a guy is looking at her while she's squatting. What do you expect? Seriously, what do you expect? I mean, you can't do that. In fact, this is a crazy story. I saw this story the other day. A woman was staring at her phone while she crossed the road, was about to be hit by a car when a man went and grabbed her and moved her out of the way, narrowly dodging the car. The whole thing was captured on video. What did she do? Did she thank him? Did she say, thank you, you saved my life, wow, you're a hero? No, she sued him. She sued him in court because she said that he, quote, inappropriately touched her. And that even if you are at dire risk of death, that still is not an excuse to touch someone without their permission. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I mean, sure, you have the right not to be groped by a man, but you also have completely gone bananas. I'm sorry. So I get it. I get why guys don't know what to do, especially young men. I'm lucky. I've been with my wife for almost 20 years now. I've been married for over 10. I kind of avoided the insanity of the internet feminist movement, but I get why guys are disillusioned, because when I read a story like that, I'm like, what are these women doing? I mean, I could go on and on and on with stories like this. You probably have personal experiences. I know a friend of mine who got yelled at because he held the door open for a woman, and she got upset with him. Oh, you think I can't open my own door? How dare you? But guys, it's not going going well, because what is happening here is loneliness. And Gallup reports that 24% of adults report feeling lonely, quote, a lot of the day. That's nearly 1 in 4 people are lonely and depressed and sad. And we were promised that social media was going to bring us closer together. And I think social media has done a lot of good things, but I think we can see that loneliness is a big, big problem. And so what's happening here? People are turning to AI companions, they're turning to AI chatbots for relationships. And as they become more emotionally invested, they fall in love. And again, I just gave you receipts, guys. This stuff is happening. And a shocking remark. And do you think that's going to slow down? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's going to accelerate. There's way too much money. There's way too many people that are falling in love with these digital devices. But guys, listen to me. This is not the right solution. You're lonely, you're sad, women are insane. There are some good women out there too. But if you have these ideas, guys, falling in love or romantically chatting with a chatbot is not the answer, guys. It's kind of like giving whiskey to an alcoholic. When your alcoholic uncle is there and you're like, dude, just slow down and have a drink. That's not the solution, guys. In fact, MIT research reviewed thousands and thousands of messages and revealed that high daily usage of AI chatbots predicts greater emotional dependence, reduced real-world socializing, and actually heightened loneliness. And how are we seeing this manifesting? Well, fertility rates are dropping. You need every woman, the average woman in a country needs to have 2.1 babies to just replace the existing population. In the US, we're at 1.7 and dropping. We're not having babies here in the United States. Okay, we're not having babies in the United States. I'm not going to get super personal here, but I was talking to someone very close to me the other day. I said, yeah, when do you think about having kids? You seem to be good around kids, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you know, I don't think it's in the cards for me. I said, really? Why? You know, he's like, well, you know, it makes life more complicated. We won't be able to go to places we want when we want. And I was like, yeah, but don't you realize that you're going to be replacing those kind of experiences with something that's much deeper. Having kids, guys, is the deepest joy. The highest highs, the lowest lows you can experience. The other thing he said was, well, financially, it's not workable. Then why are poor people having more kids than wealthy people? That's the response. And then the other was, which is pretty typical, is this world is so screwed up. How can I bring kids into a world like this? Newsflash, guys, the world has always been screwed up. Look at history. It's a pattern. History rhymes. Humans are not different today than they were 1,000 years ago. We have different societal structures. We have different technology, obviously, but we're still humans. Greedy, selfish, ambitious, envious. But we're also loving, caring, and heroic as well. Regardless, the fertility rates are completely dropping. US at 1.7, England is at 1.4, and I saw this the other day. Poland is at 1.1. And by the way, you think of, I was shocked to see that stat. My wife is 100% Polish. I've been to Poland multiple times. Shout out to all my Polish viewers out there, but you guys are not having babies right now, despite being a very conservative, very Catholic nation, not having kids. 1.1, that is, you are primed for a collapse if you are not having kids. China as well. All these countries not having kids. This is a global thing. And what are people doing? They're turning to AI chatbots to solve their problems, just like our young woman, Yurina Noguchi, who married her OpenAI ChatGPT chatbot. Guys, listen, AI is awesome. It's very powerful. It's going to change the world. It's going to make your life better in a lot of ways. I believe that. Sure, jobs are going to struggle. There's a lot of problems, you know, but there's going to be a lot of opportunity too, guys. There's going to be a lot of opportunity. But here's the deal. Falling in love with an AI chatbot, being too reliant on AI for your relationship, it's really bad. It's very dangerous. You gotta watch yourself. Touch grass. Lift heavy stuff. That's the best advice. By the way, that's the best advice I can give to anyone who's feeling depressed. Get a gym membership, lift heavy stuff. You will feel better. Challenge your kids. Don't just agree with your kids. Don't just put a tablet in front of your face. I'm not saying you never do that, but you gotta challenge your kids. Exercise daily. Take risks. Get uncomfortable. I think about all my best stories. My best stories that I have are not, oh, I went on a nice vacation and we sat here. But the best stories, the best experiences have some pain. They have some challenge. They have some suffering. And there's tests, there's challenges. I won't get into all my own personal stories, but the best stories have some challenge related to them. Think about it this way. Have you ever heard or read a good story where there was no conflict? The conflict, you got to have a little bit of pain. No pain, no gain, as the saying goes. Bottom line, guys, I just saw this and I had to report it. I hope you find it interesting. I hope you liked today's video. Smash like, smash subscribe, and you know, don't fall in love with a chatbot. You, your kids, your community, the entire planet is relying on you. We need more humans, guys. Humans are awesome, all right? If you're new here, again, thanks for being here. Subscribe, all that good stuff, and check out yesterday's video. You will definitely be interested in that one as well. 6 days a week, guys, boom, bringing you the fresh stuff. Check out yesterday's video right here. If you like today's video, you'll really like that. See you guys. Have a great day. Peace.